Hello. All right, so today I'm just gonna get Instagram set up as well. I'm going live today to just talk about, let me set this up here, talk about um, why you need an onboarding process in your business, why it's so important, and then also just give you a quick tip on how to get started putting an onboarding process into your business. So I have my super duper messy notes here. So hopefully I don't ramble on and keep this kind of short and sweet for you. So first things first is to just start off by really explaining what an onboarding process is. So an onboarding process is from the point in time that somebody says, yes, I want to work with you, to actually starting work with them and being able to start work for them. So time to say yes to your first day, having all of the tools, all the resources, and actually being able to give those services to them. So what this might look like is, I guess sending a proposal. That's kind of right before they say yes, but sending that proposal to them, then giving them maybe a welcome package, of course, covering the legal side of it. So giving them a contract and getting paid for the services. But it also might include sharing things like a Google Drive folder. I know for me, I have a little questionnaire to kind of get to know their business a bit more. And then also, I know for myself, again, getting passwords from them for me to actually be able to do my job, because I'm an online business manager and was a VA. I, of course, need passwords to get into their systems, to do my work, to manage their back end. So you might need things like that. Again, you might have a questionnaire for them for various things. I do it to get to know their brand a little bit more and what's happening on their back end. You might have something similar as well. So those are kind of all the tasks that could be included in your onboarding process. And it will obviously look different for everybody, but it shouldn't be too long. And it, of course, includes all your communication. So your communication with your onboarding process should be through email. So that is the most professional and best way to communicate during your onboarding process. So your onboarding process, you shouldn't be communicating on different streams or on different platforms. So say you got the lead from either Facebook or Instagram. Once they say yes, that onboarding process of especially giving them a contract, an invoice, getting like super important, pertinent information to getting the services started, should all be on email. It's the best way to go back and reference information, to store communication as well. So you can, of course, move back to, with my clients, I don't primarily communicate on email, but in the welcome, when I send them the welcome package, I state in there, after we're onboarded, we communicate via Slack and Voxer and everything. But anything, invoice wise, anything that's super professional and important to your business should be communicated by email throughout the time of you delivering that service. All right, so next, why you need an onboarding process, sequence, whatever you want to call it, in your business. And that is to make sure that there are no gaps in the onboarding process for two major reasons. One, you want to make sure that you don't have any gaps or any reasons for somebody to not want to work with you. If somebody's super excited and they say yes to your proposal, I want to work with you, I need these services, I want these services, and you get them on board to actually say yes, if they start the onboarding process with you and you look like a complete mess, and there's no really, they can see that your process isn't really perfected, or I mean, or just professional, and you just kind of seem all over the place and you're just flying off the seat of your pants, they're probably going to get a weird feeling in their stomach, like, what the heck is this person doing? Do they know what they're doing? Why did I say yes? And they're going to start doubting their decision to work with you. Like, think about it if you were in their shoes. If, you see this person, this, I don't know, graphic designer online, has, super good energy, amazing digital products. Where is that one here? Yuck. And yeah, you're super pumped to work with them. You say yes, and then they start onboarding with you, and their communication is all over the place. They're not giving you, they just seem like they don't know what they're doing. They're like, oh, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do this. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, I should send you that, or I should probably need this information from you. Maybe, I don't know. You're gonna get a weird feeling and you're gonna start doubting why you even said yes to them. So you want to ensure that your onboarding process is seamless, so you look like the authority, like the professional that you are. Yeah, and onboarding, having an onboarding process, it shouldn't, nothing will ever be perfect, but it should be as perfect as it can be, to make sure that your clients are having a good experience with you and not getting that icky feeling in their stomach. So next, another reason why the second reason why that you don't want to have any gaps in your onboarding process is because you don't want to be forgetting anything, especially anything super important like the contract or getting paid. Having a contract and having your services, having your legally binding contract signed is so important in case something happens, even just 2 weeks, a month into those services. You don't want to get to that point where something's going a little bit south with your working relationship and you go back and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, they did not even sign the contract. So then you're kind of, not in a great position, essentially. So yeah, you want to make sure not only that your client is having a good onboarding process with you, but you want to make sure that you're also covering your butt and that you're, legally sound in that relationship in case anything does go south. Because I've worked with a few clients before and even spoke with some business owners that end up getting themselves in a tricky situation and they realize the contract was never even signed. They didn't follow up on it. So in your onboarding process, not only do you want to make sure that you're sending out important information for the client to either read or sign, but you're also, if it needs to be followed up with, like a contract, making sure that is done. So those are the two main reasons why it is important. Just want to make sure I am not leaving anything out on my messy scribbles that I wanted to make sure that I shared. I think just another quick tip actually that I want, oh, actually, no, I will. No, I did say that. Okay, so how to kind of get started with a good onboarding process that doesn't have any gaps. So if you're just getting started and you're a new entrepreneur, you might not have, a super clear onboarding process. And even like I've said before, like I just kind of said, um, you might even be an entrepreneur, business owner that is working with a high volume of clients, or consistent amount of clients, and you're having a six-figure year, 10K months, you're bringing in good money, and you may not even have an onboarding process. And that needs to change. 100%, it is one of the most important things in your business, like I said, to make sure that your clients are happy and they're staying on with you, and also to make sure that you are able to legally do your job and do your job to the best of your ability. So to start getting a good, concise, clear onboarding process in your business, you'd first need to take a piece of paper and write down everything that you need from the client to deliver that service to them. So for me as an online business manager, something that I need, like if I sign a client today, I'm like, okay, I can't work with you, or I won't get started, can't get started, or start date, whatever it is say January 1st. So I have about 2 weeks, 3 weeks until then. In this time of the onboarding, to make sure that I can do my job on January 1st, I need to make sure that I'm getting some passwords for them. So if I'm managing their tasks, their, say, social media, their mastermind course, whatever it may be, I want to make sure that I am getting their password to, or just being able to view their Asana, which is project management software, making sure that I have access to their social media automation. So if it's Buffer, Hootsuite, whatever, Teachable, Kajabi, to manage their course, to make sure I have access to that. So come January 1st, I can get in the back end and start acting as them and helping them to manage the back end of their business. So everything that I need to be able to deliver my services. So if I also have a questionnaire in my onboarding sequence to understand a bit more of their brand. So if so when I'm creating content for them for social media, I have a bit better of an idea of their voice, of and how they want to speak to their audience. And I also, if I'm, answering emails from them, how they, in the questionnaire, I just kind of ask like how they like their emails to be managed and how they want me to sign off and communicate with people if they kind of have anything of that sense. So I also want to make sure that on that piece of paper, when I'm creating my onboarding sequence or process, what the client needs from me. So if I'm kind of giving them any homework to do, I'm giving them any information in that onboarding sequence that they need to complete the task that I'm asking them to. So for me, sometimes in the strategy discovery call, as an online business manager, I give my recommendations on what systems they should be implementing in their business. So whether it's project management systems, maybe CRM systems, different social media automation, or how to integrate things. I give my 2 cents and my recommendations on that because systems is a big part of what I do as an OBM. So if once they actually sign on as a client with me, I need to ask them, okay, you spoke about, say, these 2 different CRM systems. I need you to think about which one you actually want to go with. So when January 1st comes, I know which CRM system to sign you up for. So, relaying that information to them, um, it might just be, giving them a few links to, or even videos, uh, to really let them kind of like research those systems so then they can give me an answer before I start on January 1st. And then on that piece of paper as well, just make sure you write down the tasks um, that you need in the onboarding sequence that, in regards to any legal or accounting, the accounting legal aspect of onboarding them as a client. So, of course, number 1, getting that contract and making sure that they pay an invoice or deposit. So once you have all of the steps, which shouldn't be a whole lot of things in your onboarding sequence, of course, it's going to be different for everybody. Sorry, I love my coffee and I've only had 2 cups today, so I'm like chugging it back still. So yeah, shouldn't be a huge amount of tasks that you have in your onboarding sequence, but you do want to make it concise as possible. So when onboarding clients to your business, there's a lot of communication going back and forth. And you don't want to have a million emails going back and forth with your client. Things just get lost. It gets annoying. It's not really streamlined. And things will be forgotten or lost in that communication. So so on all of the deliverable, all of the things that you need in your onboarding sequence, on that piece of paper, try and group together see what tasks can be grouped together and sent in one email. So when in a welcome email, when you send a welcome pack, maybe in that welcome package PDF, that is where you can put a link to a shared Google Drive folder that you're going to have. You will outline what communication you will end up communicating on once they're onboarded, and so forth. So in my welcome package, I have as much information as I possibly can on there. So it comes in one email and it's in a PDF as well so they can save it. Yeah. So once you have an idea of what is going to be included in your onboarding sequence and how many emails you're going to need to send out, how you're going to obtain that information, how a contract is going to be signed. Ideally, once you become, a bit busier in your online business and you're making those consistent, hitting those consistent income months, ideally you are going to want to bring a CRM system into your business. But I do understand that when you're just starting out, and maybe this is just a side hustle for you now, it's not really ideal. And maybe I shouldn't be saying this as an online business manager, but you don't really need a CRM software right away if you have 1 or 2 clients and you're just starting your business. And also on the other end, I know that there's a lot of business owners, service-based business owners, that are making really good, consistent income months. And I lost my train of thought. Making consistent income months and constantly bringing on new clients into their business, and they don't have a CRM software or system set up yet. And a CRM system is amazing and can help automate your onboarding process to save you loads of time. And by saving loads of time, you then have more time to work on money-making tasks in your business. So that is the end goal, is to be able to have a CRM software in your business in time. But putting a CRM software into your business does take a little bit of time, and it does take, even for me, I have Dubsado, which is a CRM software, which, by the way, CRM is customer relations management system software. It's constantly always going to be tweaked, and things are going to change in your business. You're going to see things that work with your onboarding process, things that don't, so you're always going to be tweaking it. But in the meantime, while you are, really refining what your onboarding process should consist of, and what you need in there, and while you're setting up, if you're, already a business owner working with clients and you need some time to set up your CRM system, or if you're just new and this is a side hustle, this is just a quick tip that I highly recommend actually, to start using to make sure that there are no gaps in your onboarding process while you are transitioning into getting a CRM software set up. And I would try and share my screen on Facebook, but it was not working yesterday. It was shutting down on me. So unfortunately, I'm going to try again, because then this complete live will be done. So my quick tip to having a seamless onboarding process in your business without having a CRM completely set up yet is to use Asana, and to essentially create a task for yourself that can be used as a template. So in Asana, you can create a task and name it onboarding. In that onboarding task, all of your subtasks will be all of the other steps that need to happen in that onboarding process to make sure that there are no gaps in there and that everything is getting done, everything is getting followed up on. So you will start, or maybe you will start by sending a proposal. So that will be subtask number 1. Next, set a task for yourself to follow up on that proposal. Lots of times you will send a proposal, somebody seems super keen on working with you, and then if you don't follow up on them, they might just not get back to you. Some other service provider will scoop them up and follow up with them, and they'll end up working with that graphic designer or whatever it may be. So set a task to follow up on that proposal. Once they say yes, your next task might be to send a contract and invoice in one email. And within that subtask, save time for yourself and have an email template ready to go, saved in that subtask, so you can copy and paste it. Hey, blank, thank you so much for, signing on with me. Super excited you're here. Below is your contract invoice. Obviously, that's super simple. So that's going to save you loads of time if you can simply just copy and paste into an email, and then you attach the contract and invoice from there. You might have, like I do, a welcome package. So again, in Asana, when I was first starting out, I had my email template in my subtask in Asana, copy it, paste it into an email, and also in that Asana subtask, I had my welcome package PDF in there. I also have it saved on my Google Drive, so I could, pull it from either one. And then, yeah, all of the other steps, so on and so forth. And you want to also, like I said, include a task for yourself in Asana to follow up on certain tasks. So, following up on that contract, making sure 100% that it is signed. You want to make sure that it's signed. Like, it's great that you're sending it out, like, perfect. But if it's not signed, it's not doing anything really, right? So, make sure that you're setting those tasks in there for yourself, because then once it's in Asana, you can set dates for yourself, due dates, so you can always be making sure that you're following up on certain things. So yeah, going a bit longer than I thought I was going to, but that's all right. So let me know in the comments if this helped you set up an onboarding process or kind of lit a fire under your butt to get one that is a bit more seamless, a bit more efficient, and a bit more concise to make sure that your clients are having a smooth, professional experience signing on to your services, and to make sure that you're not forgetting anything, forgetting any steps to make sure that you can deliver your services on the start date. So let me know in the comments if you are catching the replay, and if you do have any other questions, let me know how you liked the live, if you found it helpful or anything like that.